Hello and welcome to this look at the Mogu, one of the new races that are present in the land of Pandaria. The Mogu are an ancient and powerful race native to Pandaria, who were once the slave masters of the Pandaren prior to their revolution. Though not the all-powerful race of warlords they once were, the Mogu still pose a threat to the residents of Pandaria. The Mogu were originally a race of wild brutes until they stumbled across the mystical waters of the Vale of Eternal Blossoms. From the waters, they were able to gain great intelligence and strength, transforming them into the beings that they are now. Little is known about the earlier times of Mogu history prior to the peak of their civilization. It is theorized that they may have some link to the Titans, due to some similarities they have with other Titan races, such as the uncursed Tol'vir, as well as the presence of a Titan repository and the celestial dragon Elegon in the Mogusham vaults. The Mogu warlords came to rule Pandaria and held the gentle Pandaren as their slaves, forbidding them from possessing any weapons. But the Pandaren mastered a unique form of unarmed combat and were able to depose the Mogu of their position of power and establish their Pandaren Empire. After thousands of years of prosperous rule by the Pandaren, the Mogu have returned to reclaim their control over Pandaria. They will stop at nothing to regain the domain they once held, and will sweep the Pandaren usurpers and any invaders into the dust. As they possess immense size and strength, the original Mogu Empire was built on their might, and all other weaker races were subject to them. Imposing stone structures and titanic siege engines are monument to the Mogu's power and strength, which they would then turn on the lesser races on Pandaria and shape the flesh to their whim. Unlike many other races, the Mogu had no need for schooling in the arts of magic, as they possessed an innate ability with it. However, their magic does not fall into known classifications, such as arcane or demon magic. The magic of the Mogu focuses on flesh shaping and spirit capture, which allowed the Mogu to create other creatures such as the Sorok and the Grummels. The Mogu would use flesh as a weapon, warping and bending it to do their will, but after their failures when creating the Sorok, they needed to create a new weapon, one which had complete obedience to its master. It was then that their ancient research led them to discovering a way of turning flesh to stone and back again. Lifeless rock could be animated, given that there was a soul, willing or not, to be captured within. These rituals created the Stoneborn, soldiers of jade and dark magic that were forged from the essence of those the Mogu had conquered. These creatures were powerful, terrible, and completely obedient to their Mogu masters. Even with the powerful magic that they had at their disposal, the Mogu still preferred to use slaves to build their monuments and structures. Humanoids they enslaved were branded and forced to wear manacles with inward-facing spikes, imbued with spells of pain and subjugation. The Mogu generally viewed flesh as a tool. To them, the dead are nothing more than a collection of parts to be used to strengthen those loyal to the Emperor, their souls stored for later binding. However, there were those who would be buried fully intact, a symbol of great power and respect amongst the Mogu. Their burial place was in the Valley of Emperors, the final resting grounds of hundreds of generations of Mogu warlords, emperors, and kings who once ruled. While they still ruled over Pandaria, the Mogu found allies in the Zandalari trolls, who helped them in their war against the young Pandaren race. Though they were defeated, the Zandalari remain as a part of Pandaren lore in the form of the boogeymen of Pandaren children. With the mist surrounding Pandaria cleared, the Zandalari have returned, curious about the land and the fate of their ancient Mogu allies. It would appear they wish to help the Mogu retake Pandaria. However, their true intentions may not be as they seem.